to you for just a few minutes about health care, not just from the perspective and the fact that I'm running for Georgia Insurance Commissioner, but I want to talk to you about it from the perspective of a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with cancer at 29 years of age and received, as many of you have, the benefits of the greatest healthcare system in the world. And I also want to talk to you about it from the perspective of someone who is a national healthcare expert who has been traveling across America for the last 10 years and has actually been delivering affordable health care for millions of Americans. In the state of Texas, just 2 weeks ago, Governor Rick Perry signed a bill that we had been working on for 3 years. That bill is going to save the state of Texas $500 million over the next 4 years. What I'm here to tell you tonight is that we can fix health care, and we can do it through the free market. The wrong approach, though, is to destroy 90% of the greatest system in the world to fix a 10% problem. That's the wrong approach. And so tonight, I tell you what we need in America, and we need right here in Georgia, we need some leaders with some backbone who can stand up against what's coming. One of the things that I tell folks everywhere we go is that everyone in this audience tonight needs to adopt a liberal. Yes, you do. You need to adopt a liberal, and then you need to educate them. And I'm going to give you 2 questions tonight to ask your liberal friends and those that are on the fence and those that are just plain confused. They don't know where they stand on anything. And there's a lot of those folks out there as well. But 2 questions to ask them about Obama health care and European, Canadian health care. The first question is, ask your friends to name 1 or 2 innovations that have come out of Europe or Canada in the healthcare marketplace in the last 10 years. 0. There are not any. And then the second question I want to encourage you to ask them is, ask them if they believe in age discrimination. Because most liberals will recoil at the thought of age discrimination, as we all do. But the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, that the Canadian and European healthcare system is a system based on age discrimination. You are treated differently if you're 55 and older, and differently if you're 55 and under. And what I tell my liberal friends, this is America. We don't do that here. This is America. And shame on Europe, and shame on Canada for a system that discriminates against our most precious population, our senior population. So we're not going to go down that route because this is America. Now, what can we do? There are 3 things very quickly. The first thing we have to do is demand out of our government and out of our healthcare system full disclosure. I'm going to share something with you tonight that you may not know. In the state of Georgia, as much as our politicians and legislators who meet right behind us like to claim that they're fiscal conservatives, in the state of Georgia, we have the 2nd highest health care tax in the nation. The 2nd highest health care tax in the United States of America. Every policy that's sold in this state, we add 4.75%. Every year, $600 million in revenue comes into this house behind us. And the fact is that the citizens of our state don't even know about it. You know why? Because it's a hidden tax. It's a hidden tax. And so when we talk about disclosure, we've got to call our legislators and we've got to ask them, it's time to disclose the 2nd highest tax in the United States. If we want to fix health care, then let's lower taxes. Let's lower taxes. Secondly, is we've got to stop treating our doctors like they're criminals. You know, it's a shame what we have done to our physicians in this country, and it's going to get even worse. You talk about a scarcity mentality. It reminds me of a Milton Friedman quote. You may have heard this, but he said that if the federal government took control of the Sahara Desert, we'd be out of sand in 5 years. Well, we're going to be out of doctors in 5 years if Obama gets his way in Georgia. And we've got to draw a line on it. Now, when I talk about access, when you can buy a health care policy in Iowa for $98, and that same health care policy costs you $400 in New York or New Jersey or Massachusetts, I'm telling you, something is wrong with that. And if we want a competitive system, then let us buy a health care policy from Iowa, across state lines. That's allowing the free market to work. It's not rocket science. Hey, it's not rocket science. And one final issue is privacy. The federal government, just like they're doing in the state of Massachusetts, if we don't stop this, they're going to knock on our door. And if we don't take the federal mandated policy, they're going to fine us up to $1,000. And the next year it'll be higher, and the next year it'll be higher. What in the world are we thinking? Massachusetts has the highest health care costs in the United States of America. And we're about to repeat the same thing here in Georgia and across the country. It's not. Thank you. It's not in the Constitution. Now we've got to have some leaders that have some backbone, and they stand up for referendums like Arizona has got, where they basically tell the United States, the federal government, stay out of our insurance market in Georgia. Stay out of our insurance market in Georgia. Now listen, don't give up hope. I want to share with you one scripture as I close. Jesus said, I think it was in Matthew, to whom much is given, much is required. We live in a great country, despite all the challenges that we have. And that means that we're responsible, because much has been given to us. Now I know if Nehemiah can rebuild a wall in 57 days, we can take back America in 12 months. God bless you. God bless America.